When you search for a celebrity cruise online, you'll see prices that seem too good to be true, and then you hear people say cruises cost $10,000 or more. So today, we're breaking down the real cost of our 10-night Celebrity Reflection Cruise, line by line, using actual numbers, actual receipts, and what we really paid booking through Vacations to Go. This includes the cruise fare, insurance, gratuities, excursions, drinks, and how we avoided thousands in extra costs. Let's start with the number everyone wants to know: the cruise fare itself. We booked this cruise through Vacations to Go, not directly through Celebrity. And this is where a lot of people leave money on the table. Our cruise fare was $1,085.76 per person for a 10-night sailing aboard the Celebrity Reflection. That comes out to just over $108 per person per night on a premium cruise line. On top of that, we added travel insurance, which was $149. That was booked at the same time through Vacations to Go. This alone already puts us thousands under what most people assume a cruise like this costs. We stayed in Concierge Class, and that's important for a few reasons. Concierge Class includes priority embarkation, dedicated concierge service, upgraded amenities, and extra attention that you feel throughout the cruise. This also impacts gratuities, which we'll get into, but overall, the experience felt elevated without the price of a full suite. One of the biggest perks of booking through Vacations to Go was the Onboard credit. We received $50 in Onboard credit. We also used Visa credit rewards through our credit card company. We received $216.14 in Onboard credit. This is basically free money that can be used toward gratuities, specialty dining, drinks, or onboard purchases, and it directly reduced what came out of our pocket on board. Gratuities are one of the most overlooked cruise costs. Since we were in Concierge Class, gratuities were $19 per person per night. That comes out to $190 per person, or $380 total for the cruise. But remember, we had $216.14 in onboard credit, which helped offset that total. We did not buy a drink package, and this is where we saved a lot of money. Celebrity allows each stateroom to bring 2 bottles of wine on board, which we did. On top of that, we actually won a bottle on board, and our stateroom steward gifted us another bottle during the cruise. Between what we brought, what we won, and what we were gifted, we never needed a drink package. For a 10-night cruise, a drink package could easily cost $1,800 per couple. That is money we simply did not spend. Now let's talk about specialty dining, because this is another area where cruise costs can really vary. I did one lunch of specialty dining during the cruise, and that was at Sushi on 5. This was something I planned intentionally. I didn't buy a dining package, and I didn't feel the need to eat specialty every night. Sushi on 5 was a great experience. The atmosphere was relaxed, the food was fresh, and it felt like a nice change of pace from the main dining room. The total cost for that meal was $28.80. which I thought was very reasonable for a specialty restaurant on a cruise ship. And this is a good example of how specialty dining doesn't have to be expensive. You can pick one restaurant, enjoy the experience, and still keep your overall costs low. For me, that one lunch was perfect. It felt special without becoming a major expense. Let's talk about excursions. In St. Kitts, we did a tour for $111.90. In St. Lucia, we did a snorkel excursion for $133.98. In Antigua, we did a catamaran snorkel and sail for $139.98. Tortola, we did a $75 island tour with a private guide on our own. In Barbados, on our own, using GPS My City, which saved us money and let us explore at our own pace. Before the cruise even started, there was one cost we wanted to include because it's very realistic for most cruisers: the hotel stay the night before the cruise. Since we were driving in, we stayed one night at Hampton Inn Suites by Hilton. It's about an hour and 15 minutes from the cruise port, but we liked the location. Hampton Inn Suites was exactly what we needed: clean, comfortable, and reliable. Nothing over the top, but solid, dependable, and a great area. We liked the breakfast was included, which meant one less expense on embarkation day. That alone helps offset some of the hotel cost. This is one of those expenses that doesn't always get talked about in cruise videos, but it absolutely should be a part of the total trip cost, because most people will need a hotel if they're flying in or driving in the night before. So for our trip, we're including one night at Hampton Inn Suites by Hilton as part of the real cost of this 10-night celebrity reflection cruise. Another cost that often gets skipped in cruise breakdowns is transportation to and from the terminal cruise. For this cruise, we used Parked by the Ports, which handled our parking while we were on board and made getting to and from the terminal very easy. This option worked really well for us. We drove in, parked once, and didn't have to worry about our car for the entire 10-night cruise. On embarkation day, everything was straightforward. We parked, grabbed our luggage, and headed straight to the terminal. And when we got back, our car was ready and we were on the road quickly without stress. This is another cost that can vary depending on where you live and how you travel, but it's important to include it when you're budgeting for a cruise. Whether you're parking, taking a shuttle, or using a ride service, transportation is part of the real cost. And for us, Parked by the Ports was a convenient and reliable choice. So transportation and parking are included in our final cost breakdown because this trip doesn't start or end at the ship. It starts and ends at your front door. So when you add everything up, cruise fare, insurance, gratuities, excursions, and smart planning, this cruise costs far less than people expect. This is why we always say the way you book matters. Using vacations to go, skipping unnecessary packages, and being intentional with excursions can save you thousands. If you love real cruise cost breakdowns like this, make sure you like, subscribe. And until our next cruise, bon voyage.